Hello, and welcome to my video about my ideas for abilities for Garden Warfare 2. Today I will be covering concepts for the Peashooter and Sunflower class. I hope you enjoy the video. But before we act like we know what we're doing, when in reality we are being a bunch of bumbling idiots, here are a few things I want to establish. First of all, and most importantly, I am not a game designer, so I have not much knowledge when it comes to balancing. If you think you can make the ideas in this video a lot more balanced, then please leave some of your improvements in the comments. I will be happy to hear them. Second, I plan for this series to cover all of the characters' abilities apart from Citron's ball form, Imp's mech, and Torchwood and Hovergoat's abilities. And finally, if I leave any of the abilities' stats unmentioned, then the stat is either the same as the normal versions or I'm not sure what the stat would be and left it ambiguous. Now with that sorted, sit back, grab a snack, and let's begin. Let's start with the Peashooter class, the speed goblin which pop-cap overtune more than the amount of microtransactions your average mobile game has. For a chili bean bomb variant, I have the cherry bomb. This will work basically like the long bomb but for Peashooter instead of all-star. But it will deal the same amount of damage as Sombrero bean bomb but have a smaller explosion radius than the normal bean bomb. This ability variant will reward players for good accuracy and timing, effective against high health enemies like Z-Mechs, and with its further fire distance, can reach enemies from further away. But on the downside, its smaller explosion radius makes it harder to land and makes it less reliable for crowd control. My next variant is for the Gatling Pea, which is called the Rocket Pea. This works similar to the normal variant, but instead of firing small pea bullets and having 100 bullets in a clip, this fires explosive rockets dealing about 100 damage for a direct hit and 50 to 40 damage for splash, but only has 5 shots in a clip and you will have to wait 1 second before firing again. For the benefits, this variant lets you hit enemies much easier, allows you to hit multiple targets at once, and in the right scenario, take out enemies a lot more efficiently. But, this has much less damage per clip, having only 500 damage per clip while the regular version has about 1000 damage per clip, not to mention this has a much slower fire rate. Next up is the P-Dash. This variant of hyper mode has 2 uses, and when activated, the Peashooter will dash forward in the direction you are facing for a short distance. This dash does not deal damage and does not move upward. This ability would have a 25-second cooldown for each use. This ability is intended to be used as a kind of combat dodge to avoid high damage attacks and escaping from dangerous situations, and having 2 uses can make it so players are not punished too badly for mistiming a dash, but using this ability comes at the cost of losing Peashooter's powerful mobility. Now we move on to the Sunflower, the quote-unquote healer of the plants team, although her primary does 10 damage a shot and fires like a machine gun. Our first ability, which replaces the heal beam, is the Sunburst. Upon activating this ability, the Sunflower will begin to glow a bright yellow for 1 second. After that, she makes a bright yellow explosion that instantly heals all nearby allies for 100 health, but in the process takes 20 damage. This ability has a 20-second cooldown. For pros, this ability allows you to heal multiple teammates at once and instantly heal them, which is good for keeping them in the fight for longer. But for cons, this greatly hinders the Sunflower's survivability with the 20 health lost, and also has a bit of a lengthy cooldown. Now time for the ability that replaces the Sunbeam, the Sun Shield. This ability roots you in the ground like the Sunbeam but makes a dome-shaped shield that covers a decent-sized area around you for 30 seconds. This shield blocks all projectiles and has 300 health, but both plants and zombies can walk in and out of the shield. While using Sun Shield, you cannot fire or move until the shield timer runs out, the shield is broken, or you hit the abilities button again, which will cancel the ability. This gives the Sunflower the ability to be more defensive and protect teammates at the cost of less damage. And for the final ability for this video, I would like to present to you the Sun Hologram. This Sunflower Pot variant summons 3 yellow, semi-transparent weeds that have 20 health each and behave like normal weeds. These weeds also have the special benefit of dropping 1 sun orb every 3 seconds. This ability concept was intended to be a balance between the supportive nature of the sunflower pot and the aggressive nature of the dark flower pot, while also having the unique capability of swarming the opponent with melee units. But since this is a mix of the sunflower pot ability variants, it may have the capabilities of all but will excel in neither. Thank you to listening to me ramble on for 5 minutes about concepts for an 8-year-old shooter game that somehow still has a small following for some unknown reason. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing or at least liking the video to help boost me in the YouTube algorithm, though if you subscribe, this is my first video, so expect a pretty inconsistent upload schedule. You can also leave a comment or share this video to a friend who also likes this game. But for now, until next time I appear in your recommended tab, goodbye.